exactly. And I felt like that I was giving more results with this new life because I was enjoying what I was doing. I had the flexible hours, I had managers that were supporting me, and I had good quality of life. I had the time to spend with my dogs at home.
Welcome to Hiring Nowadays, a podcast about what makes and breaks successful hiring.
Hey, hello everyone. Hi Larissa. Welcome to another exciting episode of our podcast, Hiding No Date. So welcome, and I am your host. I am Dani Lituma, technical recruiter from Cuenca, Ecuador, and it's very exciting to be here with you. Thank you for your time and thank you for being here. For those who don't know what is Awana, is a hiring company, so we connect with talent from Latam to connect in companies from United States and other countries. So yeah, I would like to hear from you. Please, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Yes. Hi, Danny. Thank you for inviting me. I was really excited about this interview with you. So, yeah, my name is Larissa. I'm from Brazil and I am graduated in international relations, and I have experience with sales, customer service, success, and software development. So yeah, it's a little bit of journey that I already have. And yeah, it was when I started to work with international companies was a big challenge, but definitely a good choice because it was so good to grow professionally. Yeah, I'm excited to tell about more about my journey. Thank you.
Okay, great. Please, can you because we know that you were working as a application support in Bento, so please
Mhm.
can you tell us your main activities when you were
Yes.
working over there?
Yes, the first time that I was working for an international company, it was from USA. And my role was an application manager, and I was responsible to take care of the customers doing the onboarding process. So this firm from United States, they were responsible. It was more like a fintech, so they were responsible to provide advisor service, financial advisor service to other companies that are also a fintech, fin service. So we were using a lot of softwares, especially from CRM softwares, for example, Salesforce, HubSpot, Wealthbox, and all of those three main ones. Um, but yeah, I was responsible to integrate our system, this company Bento system, into the CRM client, so there's client system. So I was responsible for that. I was also responsible to make sure that everything was working for these clients. I wanted to also keep those clients with us. So I was every single, yeah, probably every single day talking to them, saying, "Oh, how can I help you? Is there something that you need from us?" And also I was very close to the IT team, to the technical team, because we were doing a lot of internal projects for this client as well. Like for example, this last project that I was in, we were doing a self serve. So then the client could go to the Bento website and they could go the onboarding process by themselves. So
Oh,
it was
that's
a
great.
big, yeah, it was a big challenge, a big step for Bento. It was so much fun because I had the opportunity to understand more about not just the financial world, but also the technical side, because it was the first time that I was really working closely to the tech team. So I've learned about so many things, so many programming softwares,
Oh,
so all
sounds
those
interesting.
codes all those codes they were sending to me. At the first time I was completely lost because I didn't have experience. I didn't never saw that before, but
Yeah, it
you
was
know,
very
with the
new for you.
yeah, it was very new to me. But yeah, with the time, I've learned so much and I was getting into it. at the end of the day, I found out that it was really fun thing to learn, a fun thing to do. It was really challenging, but it was fun. Yeah,
I
definitely.
bet. Oh, that's great.
Uh-huh.
So it was your first company, international company, right?
Yes, it was the first time that I was completely working is speaking in English, because in my background, I was working for multinational companies, but only from the Brazil market. So, yeah, I had the opportunities to talk sometimes in English, but in my daily basis, it was only in Portuguese. So when I started to work with Bento, and most of the team was from United States and also Canada, of course, I was a little bit
You had to
intimidated.
talk English, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, of course, I was a little bit intimidated in terms of culture, language barrier, because even though I consider myself really confident in speaking in English,
Hmm.
sometimes you
Yeah,
will
you were
forget
great.
words. Yeah, sometimes you will not be comfortable 100%, or you will not trying to express yourself the way that you were thinking. But yeah, but I think it's just you just have
At
to
the
work
beginning.
with
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah, you're just going with the vibe. You're just going be
Yeah.
more confident. And of course, the time was my best friend. I was getting confident. I was and also the team, they were so nice with me. It was so nice to have them working with me. So it was really good. It was really great opportunity, definitely.
Oh, that's great. It's nice to
Yeah.
hear that. And yeah, so you were doing a lot of tasks over there. You were,
Yes.
in fintech and also in the ET area too, and also talking with customers. So that's great, and it's challenging because you were doing a lot of things.
Yes, there was a lot of things going on at the same time. But even though it was really fun, because I had the opportunity in this job, I have the opportunity to be creative as well. So they
Ooh.
gave me a voice. So they were always making sure that I was part of the project, what I was thinking, and the ideas that I could give to them. So it makes me feel really special. It makes me feel really
Mhm.
at home, even though we were working remotely. Everyone was in another different place, but it makes me feel close to them, because I had the opportunity to be part of something that for me it was really, really big, because it was really a huge step that I took into my career. And all of those projects that I did with Bento, it was something that I also was finding really interested, because I had the opportunity to put my skills into practice.
Oh, for sure. That's great. And the thing that you mentioned already, that they were listening to your ideas, it's very
Yes.
important because you feel more confident, you feel more happy with your company, motivated. So that's a great thing, and also you can make these ideas true, in the
Yeah.
reality. So that's great. So you were working in Brazil remotely, right? Or you
Yes.
were
It's
hybrid?
no, I was working remotely, 100% remotely in Brazil.
Oh, okay, great. So it was not like a change for you, so you were used to it.
Yes. Yeah, before I enjoyed the in the with Bento, I had my past experience. I was working remotely since the pandemic started. I
Oh,
already
yeah.
had the opportunity, I had the opportunity to work remotely. So for me, it wasn't that much difference.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it was okay, this process, leaving a company and then join with another one. And all of the
Yeah.
jobs that I had in the past was also
And
remotely.
and even if the pandemic was a hard time, it was like a good opportunity for a lot of people to
Yes,
go in and work remotely, have another opportunities that we were not used to it, right? So
exactly.
that's great. And can you tell me your experience compared to your previous company? How was it? What was the difference, and how was your other role, and how you were feeling with those roles?
Yeah, before I joined with Bento, I was working in here in Brazil, in São Paulo, where I'm from, and I was working into sales. So I was a BDR, business development representative. And basically, in the past, my daily basis was just calling to the clients, doing a bunch of meetings, finding new leads, new opportunities. And yeah, that was I was doing every single day. I was really more into sales, really more only into the, I would say, the practical side. So I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really into more the technical side as I was with Bento. So I had with me someone that was really technical. So if I was in a meeting with a client and he was, for example, I had a bunch of clients that they were from IT, for example, head of the IT, manager of the IT area. So they were more technical than me. So that's why I needed someone that had more technical knowledge than I.
Oh, yeah,
And
sure.
yes, so basically, my responsibilities and my past experience that I was working with Accenture in a Google project. So I was more into cloud and Google Workspace, like for example, Gmail, Google Meet, Chat, and all of those assets. So it was, and then when I went to Bento, it was really, I think it was a smoothly transition because I already had the experience talking to client, understand their needs, and make sure that they're good with us, make sure that we keep those clients. And then when I went to Bento, I was still talking with their clients, still making sure that they still be with us, but I was
Mm-hmm.
not into sales anymore. After the
Oh,
closing deal with Bent, after they're closing the deal with Bento, and then I was going in. So, but yeah, it was a good opportunity because I started with sales, so I started understand the business, understand the
yeah.
client's needs, and then moving on to
It
another
was like
department.
a good school to go to
Yeah,
Bento.
exactly. It was a good skill for me because I had the beginning of the process. And then with Bento, I feel like I completed the process because I was taking care of the customer. So I was more like customer success, I would
Mm-hmm.
say, because when I was with in this last project with Accenture in the Google project, I was okay. This customer closed the deal with us, so then this customer is going to another department, which was the customer service, the customer success, and everything. And then, hi, hi, client, if you still needs me, I'm here. You have my contacts and everything. But yeah, it was just that. But with the Bento, I was constantly talking to those clients. So okay, sales is done here. Now you are with me, client. Now we are going to chat. I'm going to be the responsible person who is going to make sure that you are happy with us. So
Yeah, and doing
this is what I
follow-ups
was,
every
yeah.
time. So that's great.
Yeah, so I felt like I had the completely experience, I would say, because I started with sales and then I ended up with the customer success. And then I got the whole process, and then I understood, oh, okay, now
That's
this is
why.
that
Try
that's
to start
why.
with sauce.
Yes, yes.
Makes
So it
sense.
was good. I really
That's
loved it.
nice. And also in the previous company, you were related with ET area too, so it was not new for you when you went to Bento.
Exactly, because I was more into the cloud service. So for me, I was already familiar with the technology world.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to IT, there's a bunch of opportunities, a bunch of new fields that you have to
Another
understand.
word.
Yeah, new, completely different world. Um, so yeah, when I went, and then with my past experience, I was understand more about the possibilities that the clients could join with us into the cloud world. And then when I went to Bento, I was more into software internally. So it was more softwares that we could sell to this customer, and then they could use it. It was not too much cloud. It was more internally, I would say. Um, but yeah, it was a good opportunity for me as well, because I had a different challenging for me, a different
From view of everything.
exactly.
And your
Uh,
opportunities, like, comes more opportunities to you because you are not only from Brazil, so you were far, you went to United States, maybe
yes,
then you will go to Europe and other countries, but that's great because you are growing as a professional and you had
it's
a great school, so that's good.
yeah. Even though that in the past when I was studying English, I was still a little bit afraid to talk with the native people, because I was just, oh, what they're gonna think about my accent. Oh, I'm gonna be so nervous. They will not understand me.
No, it's
But
just things that we have in
yeah,
our mind, but
yeah,
yeah, I
something
understand you.
that I don't know. I would say that is the syndrome of imposter, but
Oh,
they
sure.
most of the clients, they really don't care about the accent. They just wanted to understand
Yeah,
you and you understand them. They don't care if you're gonna sound like them or if you're gonna sound like a native speakers. They don't care.
yeah,
So yeah,
sure.
with the time, I understood this and I was getting more
And because
confident.
they are used to talk with people from all around the world. So
It's
it's not like, oh, she's from Brazil and she has this accent, or she's from Ecuador.
yeah,
No, just they don't care. Just if you know how to communicate and have a good communication and good skills, that's the thing.
yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The important thing is to how to communicate well. It doesn't matter your accent, and of course, sometimes it's gonna misunderstand some words. Don't be afraid to ask. Oh, can you repeat again? Don't be afraid. It's okay. Um, but yeah, I would say the best school is when you put everything in practice. This is how you're gonna learn. That's
Yeah,
was the best thing for me. Yeah.
that's true. Perfect. It's nice to
Mhm.
hear that. So as you were working, international companies, can you tell us your experience and how shaped professional growth and skills? How was that? Like, how do you consider, besides the communication, obviously?
Besides the communication is really important, you also have to be very open, because you're gonna work with people that have different culture. So you have to be very open mind and
Mhm.
accept the way that they work, because here in Brazil, we work in a different way. We are more closely. For example, if you're gonna work 9 to 5, 9 to 5, you already have to be in, and then you have everything in your mind what you're already going to do. And in
Mhm.
other countries, they don't have a scheduled time. For them, it
Yeah.
is important you to giving them the results. It doesn't matter if you're gonna work 9 to 5 or if you're gonna work 10 to 4, or you know.
If you do
Uh,
your things, that's good.
yeah, the important then is giving results, and that's fine. And at the time, I was really into, okay, I have to do everything into the time. I need to do this task by tomorrow, or I need to call to this clients at 3 p.m. Oh, yeah, I was getting too stressed about the
Yeah,
task
sure.
that I was doing. But with some yeah, the managers that I got with Bento, they were really nice with me. They were really chill. They was always making sure that everything was good with me if I needed some help, even though they were very busy, because they had a
I
bunch
bet.
of tasks to do as well. They were always there for me as well, making sure that everything that I have everything that I needed to put my work into life, I would
Oh, yeah,
say. So,
that's nice.
mhm.
Giving, their support to you, so
Yes,
that's
they
good
were
for
very
you to feel
supportive.
confident. Okay, I am here with
Mhm.
them. Like, they will help me. So that's
Yes.
good. And the thing that you mentioned, even if you were working remotely for like a multinational company from Brazil, you had the schedule, like the specific schedule, like from nine
Mhm.
to five, and you have to be with the computer 9 to 5, or how was it?
It was basically I needed to be. with the computer in front of me 9 to 5.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
was
I
I
bet
had
you were stressed.
yes, I had the time to do I had a time to complete a task, and it was okay. It was the way that the company was working, and since the beginning I already knew of this. But I also at the end of the day I also wanted to be very independent. I wanted to also be more confident with my job, and I wanted the company to trust on me. And so I wanted to have a job. I was looking for a job that I could have, flexible hours. So then,
Flexibility, and you
because
can demonstrate your work.
yes, because I think this is the benefit working remotely. You having flexible hours, because you can put your professional skills into practice, but also you can have quality of life. To
That
complete your personal stuffs.
and we're
And
looking for.
yes, and I had this since I started working with companies from USA, and they gave me this opportunity. And since then, it was so good. I had the
Oh,
opportunity to travel, working, which is was in the past I thought no, that's impossible for me. I traveling just in vacations, just if I stay
oh
in vacation.
yeah, sure.
But it
And
was
you
great.
can do both. That's the
Yeah, it
benefit
was so
in a
and I
remote work.
exactly. And I felt like that I was giving more results with this new life, because I was enjoying what I was doing. I had the flexible hours. I had managers that were supporting me, and I had good quality of life. I had the time to spend with my dogs at home.
Oh,
So taking
that's
care of
great.
them. So it was really
Yeah,
nice.
they trust on you, and it's like, okay, I am doing my work. I am doing results, because always you need to have results. And once
It's
they know about it, it's like, okay, I can breathe and I can be working from everywhere and just doing great. So that's cool. What other thing you were loving from Bento?
um other thing that I think learning more about softwares. So like I said, I was working closely with the tech team, and at the beginning I think they were so tired of me because I was asking a bunch of questions because I didn't understand nothing about all of
Yeah, it
those
was very new for
that
you.
was very new to me, but they were very patient. So this
Oh,
is something that I'm completely grateful with my colleagues, because they were very patient and they truly wanted me to learn and understand. And they also gave me the opportunity, my manager, he also gave me the opportunity to learn more about it. So one day in one of our one-on-ones meeting,
mhm.
he asked me, "Oh, Larissa, I saw that you're really interested into more the technical side. So, would you like to have some course? Would you like to have
Oh,
some studies about it?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I would love it." So, I started with Bento, thinking that, oh, I'm just gonna take care of the customer and just gonna do the onboarding process. But then I ended up learning more about quality assurance. So I started a new task, which was doing tests into the system that the developers, was making. So it was a new thing for me. It was a really new challenge, but I loved it.
oh,
Yeah.
that's great. I think it's crazy, how the life takes you to another spaces that you would never imagine before, in the ET area, in the technical part, languages and everything.
Yes.
It's like, wow, it's another world. And I feel like you, because I am the same, like I am psychology, in the human resources, but being here in Awana, I am super close to technologies, to interview developers. So it's another word, and I love it.
It's
So
so, yeah, it's so
that's great.
nice. Mhm.
And what was your biggest challenge when you were working in Banto?
Oh, yeah. So I said that I was working. like a tester and was more
Mm-hmm.
into quality assurance. So my biggest challenge was to pay attention into details because I remember that I was with a colleague and we were testing this new system and it wasn't working. And I was trying to find the arrow that what was happening, why it is not working. Everything like seen here, everything was okay, was right, was okay. We had all the tools, we had all the things that we needed, but it wasn't working, and we were trying to find out what was going on. So at the end of the day, it was just like a small, little thing, a stupid thing that like a point or something, like a code that it was interfering in all of those other things. So it was something for me that it was a big challenge because I needed to pay attention into details.
And how important is it?
Exactly.
And
Is
sometimes it's complicated too. You think it's easy, but in the
no,
reality, it's
it,
complicated.
yeah, especially if there's a lot of things going on. So I needed to really stop everything that I was doing and then go step by step to
Focus.
see
Yeah, yeah.
what was happening and trying to find out what was going on, and also trying to find that arrow that was making all of those issues, all of those problems that we couldn't move forward into the project because of this. It wasn't working, the system. So
Oh.
I would say that definitely that was my biggest challenge. I needed to improve my detail skills. I needed to
Yeah.
rethink about everything. Yeah, it was a good learning for me. It
Yeah,
was
and
a good lesson.
it's great all these experiences because now you know how to be better. You know that you need to have more attention to details to be more focused. So that's a good skill to everything learn everything. So that's great. So tell me, what will you recommend to a person from Latam who is looking for a remote job?
First of all, you have to be brave. Don't be shy. Don't be shy because
How important is it, right?
yes, I remembered when I was in college, I was a really shy girl. Even though especially for doing interviews for internship, I was really shy, and thought, oh my God, I was never gonna be able to work for another country because I would be too shy to speak another language. So, but now here I am doing interviews in English. Same
Yeah.
thing. uh, but be brave, don't be shy, believe in yourself as well, and be an open minder. It's of course, especially for someone that never had experience working in internationally, it's going to be a new field because each country has a different culture and a different way to work. So that's why I said that you have to have a hope mind, because you will learn new things and you will learn new ways to how to work.
Yeah,
So
that's right. Because
also my
everybody is different. So everybody
yes, and
works different. They have other mindset. It's,
exactly.
it's everything
Uh-huh.
different.
And also I would say that always keeping your network big, be friendly. I would say be friendly and always expand your network. So then you can have new reference, which is really important. If you wanted to work internationally, you need to have someone that you already know that could recommend you, be a reference. This is something that I saw that is really important to the international market. And yeah, be very active in LinkedIn as well.
Yeah, that's true. How important is to be, doing networking, to be very active in LinkedIn. I always recommend to my candidates when they are doing the process to be hired. to be very active in LinkedIn, doing connections, have people over there, because if you have more connections and you have more people following you and you follow them, you can be more, um, the people can see you more.
Yes.
It's very nice, so you will have like more opportunities to go out and to have a new job. So that's great, and I am in love with linking activities and be proactive in it, because it's very very important. If you are not very active in LinkedIn, it's like, oh, maybe you will not, um the people will not see you. So
Yes.
it's important. So that's great. The thing that you mentioned already. So tell me, what tools or strategies you find most effective for remote work?
Tools, have a good connection. Definitely, first of all.
Yeah, for
And
sure. If you don't have
yeah,
connection, you don't have anything.
exactly. And learn how to use the some systems. For example, I use a lot, it's Slack.
It's
Um,
like,
Slack for me, it's really a good tool, which is it's really easy to how to learn. And Slack, what's more? I would say that it's important also to know how to use the Microsoft Office. The
hmm
Office is also really important. I use it a lot. And yeah, some other systems that it's more into the technology side. If you don't learn,
yeah.
if you don't know how to use it, yeah, go ahead.
I said, each company has their
Yeah,
tools, so you will figure it out during, your experience working with them.
exactly. That's what I was going to say. Some tools I didn't know how to use it, and I just went to the YouTube and I was just typing, "Oh, how to use this system," and I was watching a bunch of tutorials, and that's how
Oh,
I.
that's
Yeah.
great. And usually, if you're working remotely, you go for like a co-workings, you go for like a cafeterias, or you always work at home.
Well, I really like to work at home because of the silence.
Mhm.
I really like to keep them focused, and this is something that I feel more comfortable working as well. If I go to a cafeteria, there is a lot of people around, and I don't think I can
Nice.
focus. But yeah, for me, at my home is or a quiet place is the best place to work. Definitely.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I love to be in my home too, working, but
Mhm.
I also love to hang out and be with friends that work remotely, the same as me, and be in a cafeteria and have other like view. We can talk in person. That is another thing important that we don't have, in our day by day. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the good thing about the home office because you have this opportunity to work outside. For example, one day I went to this place that it was like a co-work. So there
Mhm.
was a bunch of people from so many different places also working there. And we went to this building and I had a nice view of the whole city. And it was so nice because also I had company to go out
Yeah.
and lunch with something that I don't have when I'm here at my home. So that was something really nice as
That's true.
well.
And also networking too, people from all around the world. It's like a great
Yeah,
opportunity to exchange
to,
numbers, mails.
exactly. Like I said,
That
to expand your network. Yeah.
yeah, that's great. Okay, until we finish our podcast, it will be great to ask you what attracted you to this particular role in the company, because it's not like a usual role like super application. So what was the thing that attracted you to go?
Definitely, I think it was the challenging because at the time when they offered me this job, I was really intrigued by the challenge. I would say I was looking for something new for my career. I was open to learn new things and do different things into my professional career. But I also would say that I was very curious how it would be to work for a USA company.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that was something that I was really interested to learn more about it. And also working as application manager, I wanted to understand more how could I be as a customer success and also as like a tester
Mm-hmm.
into the softwares for Bento Engine. So yeah, I would say that basically was I was really interested to work for another company and that is from another country. Um, challenge myself because it was a big
Mm-hmm.
challenging for me every single day speaking another language.
Go
And
out from
also,
your comfort zone.
yeah, exactly, go out of my comfort zone. And also new skills. Yeah, I wanted to have new skills. And this job gave me this opportunity.
Oh, that's great. So, thank you so much. We are, in the end of of our podcast, but thank you so much. To our guest Larissa, thank you so much for your time and for share all these experiences that I think it will be great for other people that can hear you and maybe they just take risk and go ahead, go to remote work, go to international companies, trust yourself and also go out from your comfort zone. How important is it? So
Yes.
thank you so much for your presence here in our podcast. It's a pleasure for us, Larissa.
No, thank you so much, Danny, for having me. Thank you for inviting me. It was so nice to tell more about my professional journey, and I hope I can inspire or, help someone that it's want to do the same thing.
For sure, for sure. Okay, Larissa. So take care, and let's see in another episode of podcast. Bye bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in and spending a part of your day with us. We appreciate it. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Have questions? Head over to awana.io and ask away.